Yeah, so I'm a board member as such. So I was on the board from '99 through 2002 originally, and that's in 2002 is when I bought into Sportsman's Warehouse, which I worked at for 28 years. So I really had to knuckle down and with my other 5 partners in the business and really, make that work. So I stepped back from the board wanting to focus on that. I did, however, take a small role with AFL Canberra on their board in that period. It just wasn't as big a bigger commitment as it would have been on the club board. So I was on that from 2002 to 2005. And then in 2006 got involved back on the club board and was president for 11 years. And then the last 4 years I've been on the board, and my main 2 pillars that I've sort of been involved in have been football operations and people and culture. So we've got a few different pillars, but they're the ones that I've been working in of late with some other board members. That's always been a bit of a challenge. But look, it's just about planning. I think most of my employers over the journey have very much known my passion for the football club. So I've been probably a bit lucky in that respect where, the odd afternoon off here to help run the business lunch or what have you. But it's about planning. So, it might mean that I've got to get up at 6 a.m. to start doing some work or to start working on something that's involved with the football club. So, it's just the balance. The balance is key. Lucky got a very supportive family. And obviously they're heavily involved in the football club, which helps. So, look, I've never had any pushback there in regards to the family time. And I had probably spent a fair bit of time over the years, away from the family at football meetings or whatever it may be, and having players around here for dinner, players staying with us. So, yeah, look, fitting both, work's very important to me because, again, I really enjoy my work. I had one job for 28 years and I've had a few since. I had a stint at my own consultancy business. I had a go at real estate. I was national sales manager for Benspoke Brewing, which I enjoyed immensely, which was a lot of fun, as you can imagine, selling beer. And now my role is national sales manager for the Overland Group, which is a company based out of Melbourne, selling sporting footwear and apparel and safety footwear and apparel into sporting and into retail channels is really good fun, and it's a Victorian-based company. And Bill, my boss there, he's a mad football man involved with D-Larcell and the Amateurs down in Melbourne, and so we quite often compare notes about players and cultures and functions and all that sort of stuff. So I'm lucky that I probably had some very supportive people around me in my workplace along the whole journey that have allowed me to, I suppose, keep my involvement with the football club and probably put as much time into it as I have done over the years. Three words, I would say: inclusiveness, respect, and enjoyment. The interview that you did before with Calls, and I've seen that online, the first few episodes already. He came to the club with his disability, and funny enough, Linda, my wife, was working in the junior area of the club at the time, and we just welcomed him with open arms. So I think that anyone that comes into the club, we make sure that they're welcomed, make sure they learn a little bit about our football club and our history. So I think I think that's a really good thing that we do. I think the way that we've integrated a lot better than we've done in the past, our women's and men's programs. So I think there's been, inclusiveness there, and I think that's only going to grow, which is very exciting. I suppose respect is a big one. That's respect for not only people, but for the club, for the volunteers, for the property of the place. I've seen that displayed in spades over the years. And look, I'm not going to shy away that we've probably had, a few hiccups along the way, but what you need to do is work through those and make sure that people do learn if they have made a mistake. And, I think we get great respect by doing so. And I suppose enjoyment, the last one is, I love seeing smiles on people's faces. And obviously winning games of footy helps that, but just right through, from now my kids playing and they were playing junior footy, I used to get a huge kick out of getting down to Reed Oval each weekend and getting involved and getting on the barbie for the canteen or umpiring or running the boundary, and then obviously then moving now and playing senior footy. It's Saturday's definitely the favourite day of the week, that's for sure. So enjoyment, you've got to enjoy what you do. I suppose that's why I put in a fair bit of time and effort to what I do, because I really love it. I just really, really enjoy what I do with the club. It's great fun. People said, obviously when you finish playing, and then I got involved administratively wise. I think when you get so much out of an organisation, and obviously we're talking about Ainsley Football Club here, you just feel like you want to give back because it was just so good to you personally. So I think the reason why is because I just get a real kick out of being involved. As I said, Saturday's the best day of the week. Going down to the footy, seeing those regular faces every week. I said being around for a while. I know most of the opposition clubs always like to have a yarn to them. So it's just that personal involvement in the touch and the feel that you get by getting involved with a football club. It's a pretty hard thing to sort of put your finger on directly, but it's just the involvement and the enjoyment you get back from putting in. And people have often said to me over the journey, they haven't realised until they got involved, whether it be as a volunteer or as a junior coach or as simple as a timekeeper or someone like that, how much enjoyment they get out of putting in. And, it's something we've got to encourage a lot of people, new people at the club, that might be a bit hesitant about getting involved, and try and teach them that, hey, when you do get involved and involved with the club, you certainly do get a lot back. And that comes back in spades with enjoyment, smiles on people's faces, some success. There's no doubt success helps. But it's just a great organisation to be involved with.